Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Asim Bhardwaj, your host for this video, and today we are going to talk about quarantine rules of major cities in UAE. Yeah, basically we want to talk about UAE travel rules in this video. ठीक है, तो डिटेल में बात करते हैं आज. So quarantine rules in Abu Dhabi is what we will talk about. Traveling to Abu Dhabi before July 1st. Traveling to Abu Dhabi after July 1st. Then quarantine rules in Dubai currently prevailing. ठीक है, and what measures the government is taking for the upcoming Dubai Expo 2020. All in this video. Or yes, you can find chapters in the description of this video and you can choose any segment to watch. ठीक है, तो डिस्क्रिप्शन को जरूर देखना है. चलिए वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं. Until yesterday, people from South Africa, Nigeria, Zambia, Uganda, Vietnam, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka were not allowed to enter UAE. ठीक है? All visitors arriving in the UAE need to download Al Hosn, the Emirates track and trace app, which can also be used to prove your vaccination status and last COVID-19 test details. ठीक है जी. लिंक वुड बी गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ दिस वीडियो, तो आप उसे देख सकते हैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में. फॉर यूएई रेजिडेंट्स ट्रैवलिंग इनटू Abu Dhabi must update their details on uaeentry.ica.gov.ae prior to traveling. Residents traveling into Dubai airport must also update the form unless they hold a Dubai visa, in which case it is not necessary. Now, अब बात करते हैं अबू धाबी क्वारंटीन रूल्स के बारे में. So, Abu Dhabi will remove all COVID-19 quarantine restrictions for most international travelers on July 1st. Next week से हो जाएगा. However, the Emirate will have different testing protocols for visitors from low risk and high risk countries. ये बहुत important बात है समझने वाली. So, there are three major factors travelers need to consider before flying to the Emirate. क्या है वो चीज़ें दिमाग में रखने वाली? Are you traveling before or after July 1st? Are you vaccinated or not? Are you a tourist or a resident? How to travel actually before July 1st to Abu Dhabi? Now, at present, passengers arriving from countries not on Abu Dhabi green list are required to quarantine. Green list की भी जो list है मैं पूरी आपको description में दूंगा. And we must wear an approved wristband for the duration. Now, among residents, vaccinated passengers must quarantine for 5 days. Non-vaccinated passengers must quarantine for 10 days. ये residents की बात हो रही है. बात करते हैं tourist की. Tourists arriving from countries not on the green list must quarantine for 10 days, regardless of whether they have been vaccinated or not. If you have arrived from a country that UAE authorities see as a high-risk country, then you'll be required to quarantine at a government facility there. Very important. Keep it in mind. Traveling to Abu Dhabi after July 1st कैसे रहने वाला है, बात करते हैं इस बारे में. Passengers flying to Abu Dhabi after July 1st will not need to quarantine. Okay? The Emirate will have different testing protocols for visitors from low-risk and high-risk countries. Those coming from countries with higher infection rates will have to take 2 tests, one before they travel and another upon travel. At present, it is not known whether the rules will be different for those who have been vaccinated. ठीक है? Now, quarantine rules for Dubai. Travelers from South Africa, Nigeria, Zambia, Uganda, Vietnam, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka are not currently allowed to fly into Dubai, although in some cases it is possible to fly out to these locations. From June 23rd, vaccinated passengers from South Africa will be allowed to fly to Dubai and all travelers from Nigeria, regardless of vaccine status, will be allowed. ठीक है जी? Passengers will also be allowed to fly from India to Dubai. Indians की बात कर रहा हूँ, India to Dubai, but only if they have both doses of UAE approved coronavirus vaccine and they hold a valid residence visa. So in those cases, ठीक है, कुछ भी सवाल हो आप डिस्क्रिप्शन में कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख के पूछ सकते हैं मुझसे. In addition, following arrival, passengers from India should undertake institutional quarantine until they receive their PCR test result. ये पहले से ही है, लास्ट ईयर से ही है लागू, which is expected within 24 hours. Other than travelers from India, there is no need for any other visitors to Dubai to quarantine. Instead, there are different testing requirements depending on where you have been in the last 14 days. समझ गए? Passengers from countries deemed a higher risk may need to take PCR test on arrival in Dubai. Now, if you take a test at the airport, you must remain in your hotel or residence until you receive the result, जिसको 24 घंटे लगेंगे, जैसे मैं पहले कह रहा था. If the test result is positive, you will be required to undertake isolation and follow the Dubai Health Authority guidelines. Link would be given in the description. आप description देख सकते हैं. अब बात करते हैं दुबई एक्सपो के क्या अरेंजमेंट्स चल रहे हैं इस बारे में. प्लीज डू नॉट विजिट एक्सपो 2020 इफ यू सफरिंग फ्रॉम एनी हेल्थ सिम्टम्स एसोसिएटेड विद कोविड-19. आपको अलाउ नहीं किया जाएगा वहाँ पे बिल्कुल भी. अक्रॉस द एंटायर साइट यू विल फाइंड एम्पल अमाउंट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, एन abundance of hand sanitizing stations, washrooms, markings on the ground indicating the appropriate distance to keep, जो कि बहुत कॉमन होता है, हर जगह देखने को मिलता है आजकल, especially when you're viewing exhibits and performances. Dining areas with tables would be there with adequate distance from one another. ठीक है, seating capacity का भी ध्यान उसमें रखा जाएगा. Expo staff members who can assist you with your questions and guide you on their safety practices. तो आप पूछ सकते हैं सवाल उनसे, काफ़ी आपको एड दी जाएगी वहाँ पे. Medical clinics and facilities in case you feel unwell. इसके अलावा और क्या अरेंजमेंट्स होंगे? थर्मल कैमराज एट अराइविंग पॉइंट टू चेक द टेम्परेचर ऑफ योर विजिटर्स बिफोर एंट्री टू द साइट. नाउ विजिटर्स आर रिक्वायर्ड टू wear face mask at all times. Social distancing regulations of at least 2 meters between people has to be there. All venues and common areas regularly cleaned and sanitized जब तक वो इवेंट रहेगा ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. Hand sanitizer stations are positioned at regular intervals throughout the site, जो कि बहुत important है और होना भी चाहिए. Appropriate facilities and specialist staff are available to manage any potential medical issues on site, जैसे मैं पहले कह रहा था. Alright, that's all in this video. If you have enjoyed this video and you find this video useful, informative, then do not forget to give it a thumbs up for my motivation, and also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel for more such informative videos. Until then, goodbye and take very good care of yourself.